a fight, trying to see what it's like. Take me, so I roll the dice. Look up to no one else, but yeah, I was shy. I got real power, Hebrew Israelite.
Pretty soon, get better in.
So I did almost 20 years in prison. And I've been out almost 10, or a little over 10 actually. I'm from Texas, and I try to be positive. I know I've changed a bit better. When I was young, I thought maybe to kill you would give me the status or the feeling that I wanted in life, and Yahweh showed me different.
Right. Now, have you heard of the commandments?
Of course.
Now, what commandments have you heard of? You know about the beard on your face, you know, that grow a beard, or the fringes. You heard of those commandments?
Of course.
All right, now let's bring it up. Now, are you keeping those commandments? Why not?
I would say custom. I allow custom to be stronger than commandments.
You said what?
Customs of the world.
Custom of the world.
To be stronger than the commandments in those instances.
But why aren't you growing the beard on your face? Is what I'm saying.
Well, I can't.
You can't grow a beard? Okay.
No, my mom is Mexican, more Native American, and I don't grow hair. Period. Really, I'm not hairy.
All right, now what about fringes?
Talking about
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, those little details like that, I know that they're biblical. I just, like I said, I fall more customary. Do you think? Let me ask you this question, right? Because nothing of what you said is foreign to me. Do you think that that's the best approach to take? Like, for instance, I don't think that you're used to hearing the responses that I've given you thus far, right?
I am.
You are?
Yeah.
Right here in public?
Yeah. I mean, we run across people all the time that know they're Israel.
I'm saying customarily. Like, so I don't think it would be wise to use the type of filter that you're using if you're trying to draw people. It's like more of a test. Like, am I passing the test? And I don't think that's the right approach to take.
No.
You don't want to take that approach.
No, we're not testing you. We just want to show love and make sure. Because you said you know that you're an Israelite, right? I mean, you said you know you're Israel. You know you said you got the commandments. According to the Bible, in order to get the kingdom of heaven, you got to keep the commandments. Right. And really, wait, real quick. Really, all we want you is to get the kingdom. So out of love, we're gonna get on you and make sure. Give me Psalms 141, verse number 2. Out of love, we're gonna get on you. Make sure you know you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. If I wasn't doing that, then I wouldn't be loving. Right? Let's see what they.
Book of Psalms, chapter 141, verse 2. Let my prayer be set forth before thee as incense, and the lifting up of my hands as the evening sacrifice. Set a watch, O Lord, before my mouth, keep the door of my lips. Incline not my heart to any evil thing, to practice wicked works with men that work iniquity, and let me not eat of their dainty. Let the righteous smite me.
David says,
Let the righteous smite me.
David said, let the righteous smite me. Meaning, get on me. So again, I mean, that's what we're doing. We smite you with the words of the Lord. We kind of getting on you. Because you know you're supposed to be doing better. You know you're supposed to have a beard on your face. You're supposed to have the fringes. I mean, but you lack it. So again, I mean, knowing that you lack, you kind of off. That's why we're here to make sure we make you, or help you get on that right track again. So, do you own any fringes? No. Now, we got some today? Now, I mean, if you come out here next week, we might have some for you. But again, is it a reason why you don't keep the commandments, or you not, or you just don't feel like it?
I'd say it's a bunch of reasons. But more than anything, there's no excuse.
That's right. Right, no excuse. Right, so knowing that is no excuse, are you wanting to do better from this day forward? So of course. So are you willing, after the Sabbath, to go on that computer, start looking up some fringes that you can, start looking up some fringes, some shirts, Now, what about the Sabbath? Have you been keeping the Sabbath at least? No, why not? All right, brother. All right, look, real quick, brother. Real quick, the next brother, he about to come up here and edify you through the Spirit and try to get you back on the right track. All right?
I do gotta go, but I do respect what you've been saying, and
Sure, brother?
All right, bro, you'll take our flight, our info. You live in Texas? Oh, yeah, you from Texas. Well, we got brothers down there in Texas. This your family? That's your family, brother?
I'll check it out.
This your wife, or what's your nationality?
She's an Israelite also.
Are you an Israelite as well? You know, so you, oh, y'all are. So guess what? Y'all got to come back to the commandments. It's very important because you living in the end of the world. So God, when he's showing forth his judgment on the earth, the only way you're going to be protected is if you're keeping the commandments. If you're not keeping the commandments, God doesn't have no protection on you because you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So as a commandment for the women, you know a commandment for the women, sister? That,
Obey.
and not only that, a woman is supposed to have on the dress according to the law. So pants would not be acceptable if you're an Israelite. Now, if you're a heathen woman, if you're a woman of the other nations, that's acceptable. But when
If beard is a commandment, are y'all not Israel? All of you?
certain brothers, like he said, certain people can't grow a beard. He can't grow a beard. So if you can't grow one, that's fine. No, that's fine. If you can't grow a beard, that's fine.
He's trying.
Certain brothers up here, they can't grow a beard. Certain brothers, they can. So if you can, by all means, you want to grow out that
God
beard.
also blesses the sinner.
You say God blesses the sinner?
Yeah, you're not 100%. We never will be. None of us will be.
What Bible verse says God blesses the sinner?
Jesus died for us. So,
Give me
I look
Romans
at it
6 and 1.
as me wearing jeans versus a dress. It's not going to base on if I'm a lover of God or not.
Look, to be fair, what did you just ask me to call up? Did you say
Yeah,
Romans?
yeah, give me Romans chapter 6 and 1. Real fast.
Let me say this.
Because, no, I want to address the point. She made a beautiful point. She said, real fast, she made a beautiful point. She said,
How do you?
If I'm at the gates, God is not going to look at whether I'm wearing a dress or I'm wearing jeans.
How do
He's
you?
gonna look at what's in my heart.
How do you?
let's read Romans 6 and 1. I understand that, but that's why you have something called grace.
Yeah, exactly.
What is-
That's what Jesus died
What is great? What is grace?
for sins, for forgiveness.
Let's read this.
Romans 6 and 1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue to sin?
Shall we what?
Shall we continue to sin?
Read that again.
Shall we continue to sin?
Shall we sin? Read on.
That grace may abound?
Just because we have grace, shall we continue to sin?
No, but
So-
me wearing jeans versus me wearing a dress is not a sin.
Alright, can
Me
we-
attacking somebody on the street with words like judgment
Sister,
is a sin.
can we judge according to the Bible?
I'm wearing jeans.
Are we-
Judge.
You're gonna call up Paul. Since you did that, I'm old. Like I said, I'm 44. I've probably been studying those scriptures longer than you've been.
It's not about how much you know, it's about how much you fear God. Give me Sirach 19 and 24.
We don't accept Paul, bro.
Why not? That means you don't accept the Bible.
That means I don't accept.
Give me 2 Timothy 3:16.
I'm 40. Brother, I'm 40.
Do you accept the whole Bible? Give me 2 Timothy 3:16.
I'm 40.
2 Timothy 3:16.
2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 16. All scripture is given by inspiration of God.
It says what?
All scripture is given by inspiration of God.
No, I don't believe in Paul.
All scripture is given by inspiration of God.
I just believe in the Old Testament.
All scripture is given by inspiration of God.
All scripture is given by the inspiration of the Most High, man.
Right.
So we come out here, we out here to wake up the blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Yeah, you have people, they know they Israel, they know what they have to do, and decide not to do it. Then people wonder why how do we go on slavery on slave ships? Well, people just like that. That's the reason why we in captivity right now, man. And it's not like you can't do it. You know what people want to do? They want to do their own rest. They want to do what feels good. Why not humble down and say, you know what? This person truly cares. We're not just saying it just to get on you. We don't come out here, you repent or die. We don't just come out here and say that. We come out here to warn you, to save your soul from death, man. We saving your soul from death. Because you either going to die by the hands of the Lord, or you going to be saved, man. Which one?
And that brother had razor bumps on his face.
Yeah, we knew he was lying.
Come on, man. Yeah,
this woman probably was a heathen. I ain't gonna say she was. I don't know. But the spirit looking like she was.
Her spirit was
right. Bring out Sirach 19 and 24.
You know, we know it ain't from the look.
Chapter 19, verse 24.
I'm 40 years old. Age does not matter when it comes to the Bible. It don't matter how much you know, how old you are, how good you look. The Lord don't care about that. The Lord cares about a man that fears him, not about how much knowledge you have. That's what brothers have a hard time understanding. Who gives a damn how much you know, man? Who cares if you know the in-depth breakdowns, the mysteries, the secrets? That you could know. And King Solomon was the wisest man on earth, but he still went off. He still sinned. He still erred. Brothers need to humble down and promote fear of the Lord. I never heard a brother say, hey, I'm trying to be the most patientest man on the earth. When was the last time you heard a brother say, I'm trying to have the most patience. I'm trying to have the most long suffering. I'm trying to be the most faithfulness. I want all of the fear of the Lord. I want all of the humility. But people want to be in competition about who knows the most. Read this, Sirach 19 and 24.
Book of Sirach, chapter 19, verse 24.
Yeah.
He that has small understanding.
It says what?
He that has small understanding.
Read that again.
He that has small understanding.
A man that has small understanding, read on.
And feareth Yahweh.
And what?
And feareth Yahweh.
And fear God, read on.
Is better than one that has much wisdom.
It's what?
It's better than one that has much wisdom.
No, he believed.
It's better than one that has much wisdom.
A man that has small understanding and fears God is better than a man that has much wisdom. And what?
And transgresseth the law of the Most High.
And what?
And transgresseth the law of the Most High.
Read that again.
And transgresseth the law of the Most High.
Because that man up here, he know the most, but he wasn't applying what he knew. He knew he was an Israelite for 20 years. 20 years, you still didn't apply what you know. What's the point of having that knowledge? See, people don't want to deal. Give me Sirach 20 and 31. People don't want to deal with that. People want to talk about everything else. So a man that has small understanding and fears God is better than a man with much wisdom and transgressing the law of the Most High. Give me Sirach 25 and 10. Read this.
Book of Sirach, chapter 20, verse 31.
You know.
Better is he that hideth his folly.
It says what?
Better is he that hideth his folly.
It's better for you to hide your sins. Hey sister, do you want to repent? It's better for you to hide your sins. Read on.
Than a man that hideth his wisdom.
Then they what?
Than a man that hideth his wisdom.
And right now he's hiding his wisdom. How do you hide your wisdom? By not applying it. There's many ways you can hide your wisdom. You cannot give it out. You can keep it to yourself. Not only that, you cannot apply wisdom, man. I mean, what's the point of having it if you're not going to use it? You can have 10 pairs of gym shoes in your house, and there's somebody out there with no shoes on their feet. What's the point of you having 10 pairs of shoes you're not going to wear, and there's people walking around here barefoot? See, what you're going to come to find out, even Israelites in the truth, they still don't know what's going on, man. Right? Imagine you're in the truth, and you still don't know what's going on. You still don't have no understanding. You're still prideful. You're still doing what you want to do. Are you really in the truth? A lot of brothers, you playing yourself, man. You're not in the truth for real. You're not walking for real, man. You're not doing what the men in the Bible did. You sisters, you're not doing what the women in the Bible did either, man. Stop deceiving yourself, man. You just like, you know better than Jake in the world. You just know it. So you have to be on fire in the last days, man. Now read this. Sirach 25 and 10.
verse 10.
No.
How great is he that findeth wisdom?
It says what?
How great is he that findeth wisdom?
Read that again.
How great is he that findeth wisdom?
And the Most High said, how great is a man that finds wisdom. It's beautiful when that man finds wisdom. That's like falling in love. That's love at first sight. But what?
Yet is there none above him that feareth the Lord.
It says what?
Yet there is none above him that feareth the Lord.
Oh, it's all about wisdom.
Yet there is none above him that feareth the Lord.
Yet, just because you have wisdom, a man that fears the Lord is better than a man that finds wisdom, man. Right? And that's deep when you think about it. It's all about fearing the Lord. Because the fear of the Lord is going to cause you not to do certain things, man. The fear of the Lord is going to keep you from sin. It's going to keep you from evil. Wisdom, it can keep you from that. But again, if you don't apply that, how you gonna keep be preserved from that evil, man? If you're not applying it. That's what Jake don't understand. He come out here, you think you can get pull points. I'm an Israelite 20 years. The Lord don't give a damn about him. The Lord calls you to endure 20 years, man. Give me Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11, and give me verse 23.
The book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 11 and verse 23.
No.
But thou hast mercy upon all.
Jump down to verse 25.
Verse 25. And how could anything have endured if it had not been thy will?
It says what?
And how could anything endure if it had not been thy will?
Read that again.
And how could anything endure if it had not been thy will?
So nothing will be able to endure if it wasn't of the will of the Father.
Right.
That's what Jake don't understand. Jake understand, he just think that was his will. 20 years, I did that. No, the Lord had you endure.
Right.
The Lord could have had you get cut down, man.
Right.
The Lord could send, something could have happened right after he went, whatever the two women he was with. Why? Because the Lord the Lord caused him to endure, man. People don't want to give no recognition to the Most High. It's all about me. Why is this happening? Why not me? Wait, it's not about you, man. Your soul and purpose on this earth is to serve the Most High, man.
Right.
To be humble, to be a servant, to be a follower. Then you turn into a leader. Men want to be leaders, but you're not able to be a follower.
Right.
How do that work out? The best leaders, at one point in time, they were followers. But again, Jake, his mind not there yet, man. Even in the truth, brother's mind still not there. So you need to humble down. You really should be, if we really being honest, you really should be walking with your head down, man. Right? Give me Lamentations chapter 3 and give me verse 20. Right? Give me Lamentations chapter 3. Having your head down. You don't deserve this truth, man. You didn't do nothing for this truth. You've been slothful the whole time. You just coming in this thing. You still don't even got no Bible, man. You still don't even got no damn Apocrypha. You still smoking PCP. You shooting up heroin, right? You wondering why white brothers say you got spots on your arms, right? Because you're not taking this thing for real, man. And who still have you to be here right now? The mercy of the Most High. So we want to be honest, you should be walking in. He should have came up, had his head down, trying to seek the kingdom. But you're going to come to find out he doesn't want the kingdom. Because if he wanted the kingdom, his actions would show forth it. Lamentations 3 and 22 again.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 3 and 22.
No.
It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed.
It says what?
It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed.
Read.
Because his compassions fail not.
Because the Lord's compassions don't fail, man.
Right.
If it wasn't for his mercies, the 10th part of men would not be remaining. That's written in 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter, man. Right? Give me that 2nd Ezra 6 and 60. You doing?
They are new. They are new every morning.
They are what?
They are new every morning.
Read.
Great is thy faithfulness.
See that? Every morning the mercies is new. Hey, sister. Take a break, sister. Right? And people, they despise the mercy of the Lord. Right? His mercies is fresh every morning. That's why you're not dead. Because the Lord refreshed them, brother. If the Lord didn't multiply his mercies, again, you wouldn't be here right now. Yes, yet man still walks around like he's somebody. Still want to call the shots. I'm this man right here. Brother, the Lord is not dealing with you, man. Well, he is dealing with you on the left-hand side. until you be on fire, man. Right? Now read this.
Book of Psalms, chapter 68, and verse 19. Blessed be the Lord, who daily loadeth us with benefits.
Who what?
Who daily loadeth us with benefits.
Every single day the Most High loads you with benefits. What are the benefits? You blinking, man. You open up your mouth. You being able to breathe. You being able to hear. You being able to walk. You being able to see. The Most High could have just woke you up. And you could have just woke up, your eyes shut, your mouth closed, you can't hear nothing, you just awake. But the Most High is giving you benefits, man. But man don't care about them benefits.
Right.
Them benefits go, oh, that's the day that he supposed to do that. The Lord not supposed to do a damn thing, man.
Right.
Right? He's giving you benefits every single day. Yet man is still slothful. Man still wants to do his own lust. Man is not on fire. When are you going to get it together, man? You got Esau more on fire than Israel. Look at Esau being on fire. You're on fire, ain't you? See that? Esau more on fire. You can't make this up. Read.
Even the God of our salvation, the Lord.
See that? So you can't let the benefits go for nothing. In the black. You will be an Israelite according to the Bible, sister. You got to repent, keep God's commandments.
Right.
Now bring on 2 Ezra 6. 2 Ezra 6 and 60.
The book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6, and verse number 60.
Actually, verse 7, 2 Ezra 7 and 60.
2 Ezra, chapter 7, and verse number 60. And it reads, nevertheless, they believe not him, nor yet the prophets after him. No, nor me, which have spoken unto them.
Now verse 66.
Verse 66. And that is he of great mercy, for he multiplies more and more mercies to them that are present and that are past, and also to them which are to come.
See that? So the Lord got mercies for the men in the present. He had mercies for men in the past. The Lord got mercies for the people that's not even in the world yet. But man don't want to be merciful. Man wants to be angry all the time. When are you going to show mercy, man? Brothers expect to get mercy from them, from the Most High, but you don't even show mercy yourself. Give me that in Matthew chapter 5 and 5. Right? How you going to show mercy? How you going to expect mercy from the Most High, but you can't show mercy? Hey family, come hear the word. Matthew 5 and 5.
Book of Matthew chapter 5, verse 5. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful.
It says what?
Blessed are the merciful.
No, cursed are the merciful.
Blessed are the merciful.
The Lord said, blessed are the merciful. You know, family, y'all got a minute to be merciful to us?
God is good.
2 minutes, family.
What is good? What is good? You don't know. It says, blessed are the merciful. Right? Read on.
For they shall obtain mercy.
For what?
For they shall obtain mercy.
Read that again.
For they shall obtain mercy.
The only way you're going to obtain mercy from the Most High, you have to be merciful yourself. If you're not being merciful to your children, your woman, your brothers, your sisters, how do you expect mercy from the Most High? See, man has this thing. Jake got this thing all messed up. Jake, his mind is not right, man. If I want to be able to sit down and actually think what man is really thinking in his head, man. Right? These people's minds are not right. You expect mercy, you expect things to go good, but you're not doing it yourself. So every time you read about the Most High, you read about him being filled with mercy. He's being bountiful with mercy. Hey, brother, you hear that? With the box. Right? He's being bountiful for mercy. So why can't we do the same? 2 Ezra 7 and 66.
2 Ezra chapter 7 and verse 66. And what is he? And that he is great mercy, for he multiplied more and more mercies to them that are present and that are past, and also to them which are to come. For if he shall not multiply his mercies,
it says what?
For if he shall not multiply his mercies.
Now let's see if the Most High want to get slothful one day, right? If the Most High decided to be slothful one day, man wouldn't be here, man. Right? Nobody would be here, man. People would be cut down. Children will be dying at a rapid rate. All hell will be breaking loose. But the Lord is a consuming fire. The Lord is always on fire, man. The Lord don't get slow. So let's say if the Most High decided not to show mercy, what's going to happen?
The world will not continue with them that inherit therein.
It says what?
The world will not continue with them that inherit therein.
No, we'll be here another 200 years.
The world will not continue with them that inherit therein.
The world wouldn't even be here, man.
Right.
Right? This place would have been destroyed. Hey, sisters, y'all got a minute to learn something? 1 minute, sisters. Come educate yourself. Right? The world would not be here. Right? The Most High could have just kept filling the earth. Right? And then he didn't even have to give Noah that covenant. But guess what? He showed mercy. Right? The Lord didn't have to, he could have just kept raining down fire and brimstone, not only on Sodom and Gomorrah, but the whole world again. But guess what? He showed mercy. And y'all walked past 2 times, family. Come on, brother. Y'all people of God, right? See that? Read that again.
It reads, for if he shall not multiply his mercies, the world will not continue with them that inherit therein. And he pardoned, for if he did not sow of his goodness, that they which have committed iniquities might be eased of them. The 10,000 part of men should not be remaining living.
The what?
The 10,000 part of men should not remain living.
Read that again.
The 10th part of men should not remain living.
See that? So if the Most High didn't show mercy, the 10,000 part of men would not be here, man. Right? The 10,000 part. So brothers gotta check themselves, man. You gotta examine yourself. You gotta see what's going on for real. What's going on, Elder?
I talk to you all the time.
You already know you gotta come back and hear the word.
I know. Look, they don't even put the green souls Ninja Turtles up there till y'all come. When y'all come, then they just look the Ninja Turtles come.
Yeah.
They don't want nobody to stop.
Yeah, we already know.
Y'all might listen. Tell the truth.
Yeah, they don't want that.
Right, that's why they keep the Ninja Turtles out. The Ninja Turtles sitting around doing like this. Come on in, stop listening to that.
How you been though? You been taking in that knowledge? What you remember from last time? You know who we are though, right?
I know y'all positive, motivated people.
What's our nationality? I know you know that one. What's our nationality? We the Bruce. You a Bruce, brother. the Hebrews. All right.
They scared of that.
Yeah, they don't want this truth being proclaimed. You know what happens when the people wake up? When the people wake up, America goes down. When the Israelites wake up, you mean Matthew 24:14. That's when all hell and destruction is going to break loose. When all of the servants of God are sealed with that seal in their foreheads, then the destruction is going to come. Give me Revelation chapter 7 and 1. Read this.
The book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 14. For this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in the whole world.
Shall be what?
Shall be preached in the whole world.
No, just in Chicago.
Shall be preached in the whole world.
Just in Jamaica.
Shall be preached in the whole world.
This truth got to spread to the whole world. Everybody got to hear the truth. If everybody don't hear this truth, then we didn't do our jobs. The whole world, Antarctica has to hear this truth, brother. If I was able to go to Antarctica, I would take that trip and go to Antarctica, man. Right? Yeah.
I Turkey way down there.
Yeah. We might start a WFI Antarctica. Most High willing. Right? Most High willing, I'll be down there. Why? Because this truth has to go to all the whole world. Read on.
And read, shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. And then shall the end come.
And what?
And then shall the end come.
Read that again.
And then shall the end come.
Then the end is going to come. What is the end? You already living in the end. But that end that it's talking about is the destruction. That comes when you wake up, elder. When you start keeping the commandments. When you on this side with us. Right? When you put on the fringes. When you stop eating that pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. When you start reading this Bible. That's when it's going to come. But until then, we still going to be here. Revelation 71.
Book of Revelation, chapter 7, verse 1. And after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth.
That the what?
That the wind should not blow on the earth.
That wind is talking about the destruction. Read on.
Nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living God. And he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels, to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth.
It says what?
Hurt not the earth.
Read that again.
Hurt not the earth.
So don't hurt the earth. Read on.
Neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God.
So we have what?
Till we have sealed the servants of our God.
What we got to do?
Till we have sealed the servants of our God.
Read.
In their foreheads.
The only way the earth is going to get hurt, the servants of God have to be sealed in their foreheads.
Right.
You got the floor.
Know you. Passover's coming. It's going to be a lot of help.
Yeah.
Also, they calling this anti-Semite. So, get ready.
Yeah.
We gonna show.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
Give me help.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on, Israel.
Yeah. So they, hey, you already know it's coming. Once the labels coming, then the persecution start coming.
Right.
That's what's next, elder. People are going to be dying. You say you got a question?
You can't give up. Don't go up to it. When your people hold down and you can't do that. Can't give up their blood and do purpose for they want their own brothers. Anybody do they do them and their family and what they love. It was purpose for them to live. They give them blood live.
Right. That was your question?
That's true.
Talking about like drawing blood out.
They're just using money for blood so they can live. Like you, my brother, you needed some blood to live. You needed that can help you. And I can't draw no blood to you.
Right, give me 1 Corinthians 10 and 23.
So you'll have to die because
Give me Leviticus 19 and 27.
blood makes you separate.
How are we going to answer that?
The book of 1 Corinthians.
His question was, can you give blood to your own brother that's going to die? Let's read this.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse number 23.
1 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians 10 and 23.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 23. All things are lawful for me.
It says what?
All things are lawful for me.
You're doing?
But all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not.
Right. So according to the Bible, where there is no law, there is no sin. So there's no law saying you can't help your brother out if he needs blood, etc. But you want to keep in mind, you have certain laws set up so where you cannot make any cuttings in your flesh. So getting shots, right? The vaccine, you sticking that stuff in you, sticking needles in you, you cutting this. You want to be cautious of that, pursuant to Leviticus 19:27. We're going to read that.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 19, and verse 27. Ye shall not round the corners of your heads, neither shall thou bar the corners of thy beard.
Read on.
Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh.
It says what?
Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor for any marks upon you.
Right, so it said you cannot make any cuttings in your flesh. Right? So you want to be cautious of doing that. Because that's what? That's a law. That's a commandment. So you want to chiefly, give me 1 Thessalonians 5:22, abstain from all appearances of evil. Alright? And that's why you have positions set up so they can be able to handle that. I'll read this.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 22. Abstain from all appearance of evil.
It says what?
Abstain from all appearance of evil.
Anything that's caused you to second guess or doubt certain things, if you feel like you're finna break a commandment, you want to abstain from that. That's what a wise man would do.
Right?
Does that make sense? Got another question? You know you be coming with the questions.
You know what I'm saying? I come up with questions or whatever. I just walk past and just listen.
Right.
Man, I always come back like I'm back, you know, always, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
coming at you. Right before it's clear. So, I can hear you all the way down there. I was giving you clear, and that was the mic.
Yeah, that's the Most High.
Yeah, you got another microphone, I see.
That's the Most High.
Appreciate you, man. Love you guys.
All right, love.
Y'all continue to show y'all love.
All right, be smooth.
God bless.
All right, Elder, be smooth, man. All right, come back to the commandments.
Right.
We already got some, brother.
Hey, right on time.
You just bought those? You know what today is, right, brother? It's not a need. It's not a need, though, brother. But it's not a need. Who do we put first, God or your brothers? Which comes first? But what did God say? Give me 2 Timothy 2:10. What the Most High say though? Hey, iron sharpens iron. Give me 2 Timothy 4:5.
It's 2 Timothy chapter 4 and verse number 5.
Give me 2 Timothy 2:10 first. Now, I know it might be cold outside. I know things might be, you know what I'm saying, unfortunate, or brothers might be in uncomfortable situations. Nevertheless, that never disannul you from breaking God's commandments for that.
That's right.
Now, first, you could have asked, hey, do y'all need this, da-da-da-da-da. We could have said no. So we want to keep you from sin, because we love you, brother. So we didn't want you to do that, because now you didn't sin out right now. Now, 2 Timothy 2:10.
2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 10. Therefore, I endure all things.
It says what?
Therefore, I endure all things.
That's too cold.
Therefore, I endure all things.
Your feet hurt.
Therefore, I endure all things.
Read.
For the elect's sake.
For who?
For the elect's sake.
For ourselves.
For the elect's sake.
Read that again.
For the elect's sake.
So the Most High already told us we enduring all things.
Right.
We enduring the elements. We got winds out here, right? Which is nothing but Satan.
Right.
This is Satan right now, man. Playing with the elements. Said it's lawful to the well on the Sabbath.
Hey, come talk to your brothers, man.
What I'm saying is you could ask beforehand.
Wait right there. The speaker don't talk with you, okay?
We may not need it.
That's information.
Well, ask. We want to keep you from sin, that's all. Alright, brother. Alright, look. What's going on, brother? How you feeling today?
Good.
You believe in the Bible? Yeah. You a Christian? Alright, how much you familiar with the Bible? A little bit. Now, what's your nationality? Yeah. What is your race? You're black. We do call you a ski mask. Are you black then? Then you dark skin. That's better. But what's dark skin is not a race of people. There's no race of people called the dark skins.
Right.
It's a lot of dark skinned people on the earth. Arabs got dark skin. They not saying I'm dark. They not saying I'm dark skinned. They saying they Arabs. So what you gonna come to find out? We don't know our nationality. We have been discontinued from our heritage. Our heritage have been stripped from us. Now, what time period in history do you think our heritage was stripped from us?
I say
1762. Okay. Yeah, around them times, that's when that heritage started to be stripped. And little by little, we've been disannuled and discontinued from who we are as a people. That's why we call ourselves black. When then actually, we're two totally different shade colors of black.
Right.
Nobody on the earth is black. That's why we call ourselves African American. When that term is not even 400 years old, right? That's why we call ourselves Negroes and slaves and niggas and thugs, because we have been stripped of our identity. Now, with us being stripped of our identity, what's the best decision to do? Should we continue stripped from our identity? Should we be content with that? Yeah, we don't know who we are. It is what it is. Let's live it up. What's the wisest thing to do? You said what? Yeah, if you've been stripped from your identity, you don't know who you are. What's the wisest thing to do? Is what? It's to find out to who you are, brother. And that's what you're doing right now. You up at the right place to find out who you are. Give me the book of Matthew chapter 7 and 7. Read this. Jeremiah 17 and 4.
Book of Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thy heritage.
Shall what?
Shall discontinue from thy heritage.
What happened to the Israelites?
Shall discontinue from thy heritage.
We discontinued from our heritage, our customs. At one point in time, we wasn't always gang banging, bro. We wasn't selling drugs all the time. We wasn't killing each other all the time. We wasn't sagging our pants all the time. We used to be kings. We used to be royalty. We used to be men of stature, men of war, serving the Most High. Guess what? That heritage has been taken from us. The white man gave you your heritage. That's why you got a ski mask on for? Why? Okay. Certain men, they wear a ski mask because they want to look fly, or they want to act like they finna rob something to cover up who they is. We wasn't wearing ski masks all the time, right? We had golds in our mouth. We had jewelry on. We had a crown on our head. We was on horses, right? This is who we used to be. All of that stuff got stripped from us. Read on.
Shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemy.
It says what?
And I will cause thee to serve thine enemy.
Now, with you being stripped from your identity, God said, I will also cause you to serve your enemies. Right? Who are your enemies? Who would you say your enemies is? You said that first. You gotta say it louder. You gotta take the mask.
The white people.
There you go. That's right. That's your enemy. It's not hard. We all know who our enemies is. Look who's been doing enemy-ish things to us for the past 500 years. Yeah. Well, you might say it's not all white people. They just ain't show it yet. So how would you know? So just because they ain't show it, that don't mean they not thinking it in their head. Right? So guess what? You will serve your enemies. You know what our people think these people is? These white people is? they think they're their friends. So guess what? George Floyd's happened. You know George Floyd was with a white woman, right? That was his enemy. He didn't know. But guess what? He found out. When he found out who his enemy was, it was too late. He was dead. Emmett Till. He found out who his enemy was, it was too late. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He found out who his enemy was too, but it was too late. They all died. You don't want to wait till you die to learn who your enemy is. You want to learn who it is right now, so you can avoid that. Now give me Matthew 7:7.
Book of Matthew, chapter 7, and verse number 7.
No.
Ask, and it shall be given you.
It says what?
Ask, and it shall be given you.
Read.
And ye shall find. Knock, and it shall be open unto you. For everyone that asketh, receive.
Read that right from the top.
Verse 8.
Verse 7.
Ask, and it shall be given you.
So all you have to do is ask. Ask them what's the truth. I've been taught lies. What's really going on? Is this world even real? Read on.
Seek, and ye shall find.
It says what?
Seek, and ye shall find.
What do you have to do?
Seek, and ye shall find.
All you got to do is seek. Every answer, you living in something called the information age, where you could pull up any answer within 0.64 seconds. It's going to come up. So the information is here. The so-called white man, he puts this information in our faces. It's up to us whether we want to search out who we are. Search out our identity that has been taken from us. Now, we read in the Bible, why does the Bible say this people will be discontinued from their heritage? I thought the Bible was for everybody. Why are we reading this in the Bible? But you're going to come to find out the Bible is a history book on your people. But this book has been took and used for religion. That's why they say God loves everybody. God is the God of everybody. Right? God is all love. When you read this Bible, this is totally different from that. Again, this Bible is a book about your people. Give me Genesis chapter 41 and 42.
No.
Right? Give me Genesis chapter 41
Book of
and
Genesis,
42.
chapter 41 and verse 42.
No.
And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand.
It says what?
And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand
Read on.
and put upon Joseph's hand and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen and put a gold chain upon his neck.
And did what?
And put a gold chain upon his neck.
What did Joseph have?
And put a gold chain upon his neck.
So Joseph is our forefather. He had a ring on his finger. He was got that all white on. Guess what? He had a chain on his neck. What people you know that come out with gold chains on? You said what? Yeah, usually us. When was the last time you seen a Chinese man come out with all white on, a ring on his finger and a gold chain on his neck? Have you ever seen people like that? No. It's not talking about them. This is a history book with your ancestors' history in it.
Right.
It's up to you whether you read. Now, do you read? Time to time. That's why it's very important to read. You want to hide something from a black man, put it where? You put it in a book. Because we don't read. Now, we here to tell you today, brother, you will be an Israelite.
Right.
All right, have you ever heard of the Israelites? Now, look on this sign. Right here. Check this sign out. Now, these people on this sign, they are part of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Right.
So, your name Levi? See that? That's spiritual. Now, on this side, this is what the so-called white man has came up and labeled you as. He labeled you as a so-called African American or American black. It's no place where you could go to called the American black. It's no such thing. But God called you an Israelite from the tribe of Judah.
Right.
Now, what nationality, what race is your father? Is he Haitian?
Haitian?
Yeah, is he a Haitian? Is he African American? Well, then you will be the Israelite from the tribe of Judah then.
Right.
The tribe of Judah, that's where the kings come from.
Right.
Right? You will be a king. Anybody told you that? No. Why you think they don't want to tell you you're a king? They tell you everything else, though. You a hot boy, right? You a thug. You this. Or you might be the man, right? Or they give you a nickname. What's your nickname? Yeah. Yeah, you man, right? Do you know what man means? No, man don't gotta mean it, right? You better than man. You a king walking this earth.
Right.
But it's up to you to whether you're gonna walk like a king status. Do you know how to be a king? Let's go to 2 Kings chapter 2 and 2. 2 Kings chapter 2 and 2. Now a king is ultimately defined as a man that has wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and that can execute judgment. Now a lot of our people call ourselves men, but do you know what the definition of a man is? What's your definition of a man? What would you say a man is? Rulership and accountability. Okay. That's some character. Let's read. Let's see what the definition of a man is. Read this.
1 Kings chapter 2, verse 2.
Yo.
I go the way of all the earth. Be thou strong therefore, and shew thyself a man.
And do what?
And shew thyself a man.
Read.
And keep the charge of the Lord thy God, to walk in his ways, to keep his statutes, and his commandments.
And his what?
And his commandments.
What is a man gonna do?
And his commandments.
Just run the street.
And his commandments.
A real man is gonna keep God's commandments.
Right.
Now, the Israelites, they're God's chosen people. You got, how many pairs of shoes you got?
7 pairs of shoes.
Out of 7 pairs of shoes, you got a favorite pair, correct? Now, that's how God feels about every race on the earth. So the Lord created the right race. He created the Africans. He created the Chinese people. But out of all of these races, out of 18 nations, God chose him one race to be his special race. That people is the people on his son.
Right.
That's why they call it Israelites. Because they're special, right? Israel in the Hebrew is Yashar'Allah, meaning prince of the power. Because we have power with the Most High, man. We have power with the angelical beings, with the powers. That's how the Lord created in our spirit. Now, once you go to school, do you think did you learn this information in there?
School?
Yeah. What about church? You go to church, right?
I used to.
You used to. Did you learn this information there? What they tell you about it?
Always saying God is our first. God is our Father.
Be nice to immigrants.
Nice to immigrants.
Yeah,
You trust in God? Okay. Well, we're going to tell you, the church not going to tell you this information. Right? They dance in the church, don't they? They be singing in there. Yeah. That's all they do. They pass around that collection plate in there, don't they? What do it say in the Bible to pass around a collection plate? They don't. So you couldn't come to find out this whole world has lied to you, man. But you gotta cast off man. You got a new name. You can change your name, brother. You can say my name is King, Your Majesty, Your Honor. That could be your name, man. Right. You don't have to always be man. You know what man in this society is man. It says so-called man, he's not supposed to make it past the age of 18 years old.
Might make more sense.
And if he does, he's either gonna be in jail. With the kings of the Bible, the Israelites, they live forever. How do they live? By keeping the Most High's commandments.
Right.
Give me John 8:51. Give me John chapter 8:51.
Book of John, chapter 8, verse 51.
Yo.
Verily, verily, I say unto you, if a man keep my saying,
If a what?
if a man keep my saying,
Read that again.
if a man keep my saying,
Read.
he shall never see death.
He shall what?
He shall never see death.
He gonna die.
He shall never see death.
He gonna be locked up.
He shall never see death.
God said, if you keep my commandments, if you keep my sayings, you would never see death.
Right.
Now what? A lot of our people is dying, right? That means they not doing what?
Keeping his commandments.
They not keeping his commandments. Give me Luke chapter 4 and 1. So being an Israelite Being a part of God's chosen people, it comes with commandments you have to keep. You can't say I'm a king and don't act like it.
Right.
It's not going to work like that. So you can't say I'm an Israelite, but you're not keeping any commandments. Baruch 1:1.
This book of Baruch, chapter 4, verse 1.
Yo.
This is the book of the commandments of God.
It says what?
This is the book of the commandments of God.
This whole book. This whole book is the commandments of God. The commandments of God. Now how many commandments do you think is in this book? More than 300? Well, you're absolutely right, brother. It's over 613.
Right.
Now, the church teaches that it's only 10. The big 10. You think out of this big book there's going to be 10 commandments in there? No. This whole book is the book of the commandments of God. Read.
And the law that endureth forever.
Read.
And they that keep it shall come to life.
And what?
And they that keep it shall come to life.
Read that again.
And they that keep it shall come to life.
If you keep these commandments, you will come to life.
Right.
A lot of our people sleep. They spiritually sleep. They spiritually dead. Guess what? They got to keep the commandments. They got to get raised back up to life. What happens if you don't keep the commandments? Read on.
But such as leave it shall die.
But what?
But such as leave it shall die.
Read that again.
But such as leave it shall die.
So when you leave these commandments, you're going to die. So what are you going to choose? Life or death? Alan, what's life? You said what? Keeping his commandments.
Right.
Now what are the commandments? Let's show you. We're going to show you. We're going to Leviticus 11:7.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 11, and verse 7.
Yo.
And the swan.
And the what?
And the swan.
You know what swine is? Yeah, swine. It's pork. So you pork, the meat. You eat pork? No, that's good. So you can't eat no pork at all. No pepperoni pizza, no sausage pizza, no none of that. Now you can, you got turkey sausage, you got chicken sausage, you got lamb. Those are different meats you can eat. But if you was eating pork, even if it was a little bit, you gotta cut it out. Because that's what's having our people die. Now what do our people like to eat? They like, yeah, pork. They like the baconators. They like the scrambled eggs in the morning. But that stuff is killing you. Again, this stuff not being taught. The so-called white man, he's not gonna come out and tell you, you are the Israelites, you need to keep the commandments.
Right.
He doesn't want you to keep the commandments. So he hides this information. He knows you're not gonna read. He knows all we're gonna do is just tee up Friday and Saturday, get ready. That's why he hides this. But it's up to you whether you want to seek this out. So no pork. You willing to do that for the rest of your life? You said what? Oh, you play sports? So you can't eat pork? Oh dang, I didn't know that. How are you doing?
And the swine, though he divided the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean to you.
Now you eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. You eat shrimp, crab, and lobster. You allergic to shrimp? Okay. You eat seafood at all? What seafood you eat? Lobster? How are you doing?
Verse 9, these shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
It says what?
Them shall ye eat.
God gave the Israelites a dietary law. They can only eat things that have fins and scales. If it don't have fins and scales, you can't eat it. So lobsters, brother, they don't have no fins and scales.
Right.
They're what you call the roaches of the sea. So they clean up the sea. They clean up the poop, the feces, etc. Now when you eat that and you slapping it on your table, guess what you really eat? You eat all that stuff that the crab done ate, that the lobster done ate. What you think is so good though? Because you dip it in the sauce. All the time, it's a reason why God created those creatures. He created them so they could clean the oceans. When you take them creatures out, now the oceans are dirty. Now all of the water is polluted. You see how God's commandments is specific and it has a reason. Now the God could have said, hey, I'm not giving you no reason. Just keep them. God gives us a reason why we should keep the commandments. Because you live, you don't die, you got health benefits for it, etc. So you willing to stop eating lobster? Okay, all praises. All praises. Let's go to the book. You smoke? Okay, that's good. No smoke. You was planning on getting a tattoo? Okay, that's good. No tattoos, right? Give me, you got some facial hair? All right, give me Leviticus 19.
Book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verse 26. No. Verse 27. You shall not round the corners of your head.
So God said we can't round the corners of our head. Doing?
Neither shall thou mark the corners of thy beard.
Neither can you shave off your beard. So if you do have facial hair, you want to let that grow out. Now, if you can't grow a beard, that's cool. You can't grow one. But if you can, let that thing grow out. Right? Let your hair grow out. Your beard is the badge of manly dignity. That's your strength. In slavery, the slave master used to shave the beards off and call us a boy to emasculate us. When we have that beard, we look more fierce. We look more aggressive. Right? We like lions. The so-called white man, he doesn't want that. He wants you to be soft and delicate. Alright? So if you got that beard, you want to make sure you grow that thing out. You doing? You gotta go? Alright, that's cool. We got a flyer for you. Now what's 3 things that you learned up here today? Before you jet out. Okay. So what's your nationality? It's an Israelite. Israelite. And you from the tribe of Judah. Alright. You give them a starter pack too? You be on YouTube? Yeah, check us out on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel for more notifications. We give them a starter pack. For all praises to the Most High. Right? That's what we come out here for, man. Right? That's what we come out here for. So at least one sheep could get edified. At least, or one fish could get caught. Are we gonna come out here for men with no beards on their face, no hair on their head, that's possibly could be messing with an Edomite woman? Right? With pants on. Right. Saying you can't judge me. Christ died for my pants. How did Christ die for your pants? Yeah. Talking about Christ died for these pants. You know how foolish you got it? You speaking as one of the foolish women speaking.